Okay. I figure we can go through like kind of my meta read and then maybe do some of
Yep.
that training app again.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. And then I also have like some specific questions. Oh, one is actually maybe we do the questions first and then
Sure.
the meta
Aha.
overview.
Power up tailoring. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, is that still a thing? The Star Guardian where you bench all your units?
Yep.
Okay. So I should definitely be. And then what's your initial take on Veteran, Janna, and Cat?
I think veteran cat is not that good. I think veteran Janna is very good. There's kind of two approaches to veteran Janna, which is you can just play it from a Janna and hope you hit it later. The
Yeah.
fallback is if you full miss it, it's actually okay. Um, you can you just play all four. I watched Greya play it one game, but when you do hit the rise, you can just play Mage Janna if you full miss the veteran, and then you can play four Mentor on the board, and then play an Aatrox on level 6, and then you can level for a Jarvan and then either a Senna or Cassante for
Mhm.
level 7 and 8. Um, or you can check the Jannas that you see, and if you see veteran, then hard lean into playing the veteran Janna, assuming that you're not contested on the unit. If you do the first option, you shouldn't be trying to like you should. I think you shouldn't be trying to roll for the veteran until you kind of have two options. The first one is you don't try to roll for the veteran until at least stage 4, so you have enough removers to have like a good chance of hitting it. And in the meantime, you just play 4 protector and Ziggs plus Janna, and just hold the mentors on the bench is one of your options there.
Mhm.
And then your other option is if you hit like 2-star Kabuko, 2-star Udi, or 2-star Yasuo, you can like you can look on stage 3 using 2 of your movers, try to hit your veteran, and then if you miss it, well yeah, I mean you gotta take some risks sometimes. You're taking a calculated risk there. If you miss it, you'll just play like 3 veteran on the board or 3 mentor on the board or something, I'm not sure.
Okay. And like I currently have it listed as A tier. Like, is that roughly where you'd put it, or would you put it higher than that? Let's
I think that's
say
about accurate. It
okay.
might be an S tier comp. Like at this point, it might be an S tier
Hard to
comp, but
say, yeah.
I've not seen it that much. Yeah,
Like I
the
guess it's
stats look very good on it.
yeah. Like if you aren't sure that you hit veteran, then probably worse. But like, let's say you on two
Here's what you would
one
do.
you hit
You
the
would
fruit.
oh, you can check the specific stats for it by putting in mentor +1 of any kind. Like type in
Oh,
mentor, and then if you enable it,
this one.
this means you have veteran Janna. Yeah, that means you don't have
4.2.
it.
Okay, there's it's like
If you
marginal
disable it,
difference, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You also if you're being rigorous about it, there's like a bunch of exclusions you would want to do, but yeah.
Like you want to exclude like cat
Like
and
you would exclude like the weird ones, or like yeah, you would exclude like 3-star Cat, 3-star Kaisa, 3-star Darius, 3-star Kaisa,
okay.
the one. But like it's a small difference, I think.
Yeah.
But when I'm being rigorous and like looking specifically, I would do it.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Then as far as my current read right now, uh, like default, I'm mostly angling Star Guardians, and if
Yep.
it's 2-way or less, that seems pretty good. 3 ways seems kind of sketch.
Yep.
And any more than that, you're screwed. Um, and
Hmm.
then that's like I think the main default line I have.
Yep.
Ogma, I feel like it's kind of like A or S. S like with artifact for sure, and then without artifacts, like A to S ish.
Yeah. Are you still toggling this patch?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or I don't
Do
think
you have
I've
it?
played Kog'Maw yet this patch though.
Oh, okay. That's fair. But
Um,
I'll give you one piece of information.
uh,
Um, to my best knowledge, uh, so did you understand why toggling worked in the previous patch?
it or to my understanding, it's like what Soju said in that clip with
Soju's wrong. Soju's clip
okay,
is wrong. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll tell you what it was. Basically, it's like a classic coder's mess up,
Okay.
which is the XP. So what they you saw the initial dev post, right? Like way back, like at the start of the set.
Yeah.
If you didn't, I'll explain it. Basically, it stated that the monster that you had the most XP with is the pool size that your monsters count towards. So if you have the most XP towards Smolder, your if you have the most XP in Smolder, your
Mhm.
copies of Monster Trainer count towards the Smolder pool. That makes sense, right?
Okay, so
Um,
this was how it worked last patch, or this is
this
how
is
it
also
was.
how it works this patch as
Okay.
well. This is how it's worked the entire time, right? That's what they said,
Okay.
and they then incorrectly said that you can't just swap into other monsters and then roll for them because your monsters are always tied to the monster you have the most XP with,
Okay.
right? That part was wrong because the shop that you saw, or like the pool that your shops is pulling from, is not tied to your XP. The shop that the monster you see in your shop is tied to the monster that you literally have right now. So if you combine those two things, um, the conclusion is that what you can do is you can have a bunch of copies of Smolder because you have XP on Smolder, right? You can have like 3 copies, 6 copies, whatever.
Hmm.
You can switch to Ramus, and then you'll be the monsters that show up in your pool will pull from the Ramus pool, but the moment you buy it, they go into the Smolder pool because you have XP with Smolder. Does that make sense?
Uh. Okay. So let's
So
say you have
you're
three. Let's say you have three Kog'Maws, and then you
yep,
toggle to Smolder.
you have XP with Kog'Maw as well, yeah.
Every Smolder that shows up in the shop is produced with Kog'Maw or Smolder odds.
They're produced with Smolder odds in the
Smolder
shop.
odds.
The
Okay.
shop is the shop is always the odds of the
Oh, so
is
the
always it's
okay.
always face value, right? But the
So
pool that it's really funny once you realize it, right?
it's
Once
like
you realize how
even
it
more
works.
magnified, like
Yes,
advantage.
it's extra magnified. Like it's not like a trick to get out of being contested. You're rolling on on an 18 out of 18 pool
And it's always
with
18 out of
which is
18 every time
yes,
you
it's
even
always
buy
18 out of
more
18.
units.
Yes,
How did
that's
you
why you see
figure
the
that
ridiculous.
out?
Okay. I don't know this for sure. However, there was like a post in like Mordog's Discord where he basically said, "A, it's always optimal to switch, because the shop that you see is related to what you actually have, and then if you combine that logic with like what they said in the initial dev post, which is XP counts to like the pool that your units count towards is tied to XP. I saw both of those things, and I also tested some stuff. In testing, the XP thing appeared to be true, right? It appeared to be true that indeed, if you had XP with Smolder and you switch to something else, or someone tried to go into Smolder, even if you were switched out, the copies that are out is tied to XP, right? But what did not appear to be true is that the shops that you saw were not tied to your XP; it was tied to the actual monster you have. And then we just double checked it by like going into a game, and then we had 2 people get XP with Smolder, and then they switched. They were both toggling into one or the other monster. So like they both had like level 10 Smolder, for example, but one was toggling into Ramus, the other was toggling into Cog, and
Mhm.
then they just rolled, and then they found the copies really quickly the entire time, right? So they both got 3-star, and then for the last guy, if they try to roll into Smolder, there are just no copies that exist, pretty much. But the other ones, they technically you can still find some copies.
That's so
So
ridiculous.
I don't know 100%, but my understanding lines up with everything that makes sense right now, and then I believe my understanding still continues to explain how it works right now.
Okay. And okay, so now
So the,
that given the new patch no longer has XP, how does that affect the original dev statement?
so here's the jump in logic. that I think, or the presupposition that you made that I think is incorrect,
Uh-huh.
which is it's not the case that there's no XP anymore. It's just that imagine you were the programmer, right? You're not trying to get rid of XP. All you did is you make it so that XP doesn't do anything, right?
Oh,
So monsters no longer improve because this is the easier thing to do to program it, right?
yeah.
You're not trying to wipe that. So, like, I think that's what happened. XP now they get all their buffs at level 0, and then leveling up doesn't do anything. But XP still exists, and you pay real close attention. You can see like the little leveling up animation after each round that doesn't do anything anymore except influence the pool.
That's hilarious. Okay. Okay, so a big part of why COG's broken is because of this thing making it so easy to hit them, right?
Yes, I think the average round I hit a 3-star monster is 4-2.
Okay, so then let's say okay, so that's also why if you're contested for COG, it like does not matter.
As long as you're not playing the same front line, it does not matter to any degree.
And actually it doesn't even matter if you're toggling into the same monster.
No, that one should also not matter.
Okay.
And from my experience, that doesn't matter.
That's hilarious. Okay. Um all right, cool. And best frontline is Bastion and then Protector.
Yes, I think that's about right. The protector is like if you so like just to be aware, people hold Nico on this patch, right? So
Yeah.
like hitting Nico 3 is hard. If you get Cassante too, like that's more than good enough. And then there'll be like a fair number of situations where you just have to push because you hit your Kog'Maw so fast, right? And you just go up on like Nico 2, and try to get more like get like a Zyra in or like more frontline in or like a
Mm,
Rise is also good.
okay. Although Cassante is like I think the most
Also
contested unit,
contested.
right?
Yes, there's a. He's also really good, right? So like, there's some
Yeah.
games you're just sitting here, and you're on like you're on Cassante 1, Nico 2, and Kog'Maw 3 is like very common.
Right. Whereas where's Leona 1.8, 3.1. Okay.
Yeah,
And Bastions can cap out with Braum, whereas Protectors just cap out with Cassante.
yeah, and like Swain is easier to hit. Like it's not like sorcerers will play Swain.
Yeah.
Um, some a small number of reroll comps will play Swain as well, but he's usually less contested than Nico is and Cassante.
Okay.
I'll also say that I think heavyweights is also quite good. If you like with heavyweights, the spot to play heavyweights is usually like you open with a Darius
Mm-hmm.
and maybe hopefully a Cog, right? And the benefit or the play pattern you want to be aware of is if you roll like Cog wants like tier rod bow sword, right? For his items are like pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like rods and tiers specifically are very bad for Darius. Um, so if you get rods and tiers from like your 3-1 and you're planning on playing Smolder Darius, but you end up getting those components, you can just switch to Kog'Maw and then just play for Kog'Maw. The only thing to be careful about is just make sure you're not toggling into Smolder with Cog, or maybe vice versa, because you don't. It's hard to tell which pool your units actually count towards because of the XP thing. So just always toggle into Ramus, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Um, so that's the scenario where you're defaulting Smolder with heavy, but then you hit a bunch of cog components. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, exactly. And I think you can default Cog with heavy as well as like pretty reasonable too on this patch.
Okay. I mean, if you're playing heavy, I assume you're playing like, is there a preference if you had your perfect choice of items?
Perfect choice. I think Smolder's a little better. They look very close though.
Yeah.
Cog looks better, in fact, but I'd like its lower play rate. So like,
Yeah.
take with that what you will. But
Lower win rate.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. So going back to the high level meta, at the forecast level, like Yumi seems like it just has a lower cap. Seems pretty consistent to get like a fourth or third.
yep,
These seem all like kind of gated around 5 costs. Yone, Gwen, And this just doesn't seem as good now that the Golden Edge was nerfed during neutrals.
Yeah, I think Karma is like kind of a gold gate. I don't believe Soul Fighters is, and the reason why I say that is because I think, well, okay, I think oh, the best version of that comp right now plays around two sets of AD items, one for Volibear and one for Samira.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, you tend to run like okay, you would your I think your best unit is a Braum on level 8, but you just can't play 8 Soul Fighter without a +1. So which means you're playing 6 Soul Fighter a lot, and then Volibear Braum I think is like a very good board.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're playing like Volibear plus like another Bastion or like one of the monster trainers to get Shredder anti heal, whichever one that you don't have is I think a good version of a good board to shoot for. And then you try to play like either Braum plus something on 9. You can either play Braum plus something on 9 for 8 soul fight or for 6 soul fighter and then volley Braum and then just like Azira or something is fine. Or on 9 you can play 8 soul fighter and then just have volley on the board.
Okay, so you would view this as more of a not necessarily
Yes.
conditional line. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
it,
well, it's conditional on having like the Soul Fighter opener with AD items is what I think the
right.
condition is. I don't think it's going 9.
And I assume you would
Like,
need, usually you would want a tempo into that as opposed to lost
yes,
streak.
I think Lost Streak, as has been the case the whole set, is like not super favorable. It's actually a little bit better this patch, I would say, because it's more forecast oriented. But yeah, it's with my philosophy is like mostly always been like or my understanding is Lost Streak you really have to play like the strongest stuff that exists in the game and like kind of the highest cap stuff. And I think right now that is whatchamacallit, Star Guardians, or Karma, I think is what I would go for.
Okay. And even then with Karma, like it still seems like a Gwen lottery to be able to hit on 8.
I don't think um your average is better than 4.5, but I think that like if you play without a good strategy and just like kind of flounder with a weak board, I think your average is quite a bit worse than 4.5. Rather, I would prefer to like commit to a loss streak and then roll down hard for the karma board and like
Mhm.
try to get perfect items and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
And I guess if you do that, you could technically still
Yes.
flex between these two.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And then these other 3 cost reroll lines just don't seem as consistent or good unless you, for some reason, get a bunch of copies and perfect items and can tempo early.
Have you played Smolder Darius in this patch?
No.
Okay, have you played it with toggling on the previous patch?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's still okay. It's like very much like low A kind of high B thing. Jace K I think I wouldn't play unless I had some kind of insanely high roll spot, like Pocket Recon Bob Jace 2 or a
Silvermere
Silver
blue.
Mirror. And then you go Silver Mirror Blue, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I should just move this to conditional.
Yeah.
Okay. Veteran Janna, Cat and Zaya seem like, I feel like Cat in a very good kind of tempo spot. You have like 2 copies, or
Mm-hmm.
Zaya. I view Zaya as more so like you don't really want to reroll her unless maybe for some reason uh you know that Star Guardians is like, or Jinx is like 3 or 4 way contested and you kind of just settle there.
The problem is they're gonna hold your Zayas.
Right.
So Zaya I think is like almost a never play.
Okay.
Not because it's bad, but because you just go into Jinx and you're better off doing that than playing trying to play because the Jinx players almost always hold the Zaya, so you're just down like anywhere from like 3 to 6 copies out of the pool.
Yeah. So then maybe this is only if you have like, I don't know, too much value or something, in which case
Yeah,
you
that would be
shouldn't even
okay.
want to really angle that in the first place if you know there are a bunch of Star Guardian players.
Yeah,
Or
and you
like
can reasonably expect it to be. Yeah.
right, or like tiny team. But even
Mhm.
then, you probably still want to play Jinx.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Kale is just like similar last patch, very conditional upon having like an econ portal, lots of early copies, good item
Yep.
slams.
Hmm.
And then hero, I have Shen, Nico, Vi, um, Mundo
I don't think
nerf.
you want to play Nico.
Oh, because
At least at a high level. I think at a high level you don't want to play Nico because of the contestation rate.
yeah, okay. Uh, pretty highly. If for some reason you have like a bunch of copies and you scout around and it looks like people are not angling Star Guardian, then maybe it's considerable.
Yeah, then it's quite reasonable. You would play it with a Kog'Maw duo. Yeah.
Okay. And then a bunch of artifact lines.
Yep.
Um, anything I miss as far as like kind of high level meta read?
Um, I think just one comment about crew that we didn't talk about. I don't think you almost ever want to play Malphite crew nowadays, at a high level at least.
Yeah.
Mostly because I could be wrong. I think it just doesn't beat almost any good board late game. Because there's just not enough power or not enough damage in Jin. Oh yeah, low cap is the problem. Yeah. If the gold is like if the lobby is like lower resource, it's better. Crew, I think has like some specific conditions that are good. The ones that are like clearly good are like if you hit Shimmer Scale Essence, you can play with like any number of copies of anything because that thing's still really broken in this comp.
Mhm.
Or if it's like Econ Portal plus hefty rolls, and you have like a reasonable opener for it is like decent. But yeah, if you try to play it like raw without any of these conditions, you're going to suffer from hitting too slow.
Okay. So the vertical crew has way lower AVP but higher win rate. If you can hit everything, it's just harder to hit. Whereas Jin is just not really great. So I should just remove
Yeah,
this.
sure, yeah.
Okay. Um, more like this.
Mhm.
Just don't. This.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm, 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 mm. I think you have Fishbone's Kaisa there.
Oh no, I do not.
I think Fishbone's Kaisa is not bad, especially because you can easily toggle for Remus. You just have to be careful about what you're toggling into.
Fish bones. Oh, I see. Okay.
It's like I think it's like the one thing that enables the comp in like most normal circumstances. In terms of the rest of it, I think it looks pretty good. I have almost the same list. There's some experimenting I want to do around Akali, but that one has like truly no stats. And I haven't gotten to try it yet, so that's a later thing, I guess.
Okay. And so the veteran Janna's really the only one that seems viable from what you've seen.
Yes, like if you get like worth the wait Callista, that one veteran is probably not bad. Are these numbers from a testing sample or from just the
No,
weights?
it's just
Oh,
from Formenter here. It's I did not do like the rigorous like filtering that you
yeah.
were. Yeah.
Oh, those aren't hit. Wait, what do you mean 15%? What does the 15% chance mean to hit?
Uh, I was just looking at the power up here in stage whatever too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
But like you said,
Yeah,
the meta TFT might not be accurate in the first place.
I don't think anything's accurate on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a publicly available source of information that's accurate on this.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, unit tier lists. Where did my does this look for one cost?
I don't think Zach is that bad because it's decent with Aatrox. Do you have good scores on Kale? Like does Kale go well for you? Because I
Mm,
know personally I'm bad at Kale, but like that's like maybe like a relative thing.
I
Um,
haven't really played it much this patch.
what about last patch?
I guess. Oh wait, no. I need to filter
Like
out the Zax.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, probably mid. Not very good.
Yeah, probably losing LP on Kale. So like I at least find it like pretty easy to just like turn around and just hold the other stuff over like instead of the Kale. Cuz I feel like for me my expected value on holding Kale is just not very good.
Yeah.
For me.
Maybe what I need to do is I should only hold. I feel like you should only hold it on econ portal with bow, with like
That's fair,
maybe
yeah.
at least 2 or 3 copies early, or otherwise just sell it.
Yeah, cuz there's always going to be a trade-off, right? Like especially on stage 1-3, right? Like you will be foregoing something else to hold Kale, right?
Mm.
And unless that's exactly like the crew opener, which I also don't like very much. Um, I personally have made like I know that Kale is like a pretty decent comp. I've made adjustments for myself. This is just me. That have worked for me on this patch that just don't revolve around holding basically any of those bottom 4 units at a high frequency. I actually don't hold Kennen at a very high frequency either, just because I think the best 4 units in the mech opener are the 3 mechs and then a Juggernaut or something. Um, rather than the Ken. I guess Kennen 2 is fine. Maybe I'm underholding Kennen.
Like,
It's just that that's like
don't
this
you
is this
want
is like
more?
fine.
If you have 3 Mighty Mech in, don't you want more damage over like another Juggernaut?
Nefiri is damage.
Oh, okay. Like, if you have a Nefiri 2 and a Kennen 2, which one would you want to put in?
I think Nefiri is better. Nefiri also enables you to play off a wider selection of items, which you don't always really know about, like which items you're going to have. Um, when you're kind of leaning stuff on 1-3, you don't like often you don't get your last component until 1-4, right? The end of 1-4, and by then you've like more or less already selected. I found also just Nefiri to be a higher power unit than Kennen, so
Hmm.
I at least in that direct comparison, I prioritize the Nefiri over the Kennen quite often.
If you are slamming melee items on the Fury, is that's like mostly angling volley, or what other
Uh,
line?
yeah, it's mostly Mentor Mech with Volley. It's like Mentor Mech with Volley, then Soul Fighters, and then also if it's like Starax, it can easily be Star
Poppy?
Guardians as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah.
I don't have
Like
Mentor Mech
Starax.
here. Where would you, like, a B
I have it
tier?
on approximately the same tier as the other comps. I understand that it doesn't precisely match what the stats say, but
Uh-huh.
I find that like those obviously vary a lot based on like the number of people playing it in terms of their actual strength. And I've found that like if you're uncontested on Mentor, I'm very happy to play it from like the mech opener, I would say.
It almost feels
So like
like the
hey,
stats are like a selection bias where on 8, when you roll down, if you hit the Yone, you've swapped over to this one, and if you didn't, then that's why the stats are so bad. It's almost like at least
is
you get
that
a
like really
chance at
bad?
the lottery.
Mm, yeah, that's fair. I feel like I don't know. You can take a look. Did you take a look? Do you usually try to take a look at like high elo as well when looking for comps like this?
And the sample
Because I
size
maybe it's
on new
different at high
patch
elo.
is so small.
Yeah, it'll be small. I think for comps it's like okay to
It
filter
looks
by
pretty
this.
horrible.
4.8. Yeah, I think I play it sometimes. Maybe I'll need some more experimentation on it. But I've played it a few times on this patch,
Like,
and
what's the best outcome you've gotten with this?
the best outcome, like I've gone second.
Okay. And
I've
if
gone second. Like I usually go 2 through 4, pretty much.
and you need to like hit basically everything right on in stage 4, because like you're not really winning like late stage 5, right?
You can win stage 5.
Really?
Like yeah, it like
I guess you need to go 9 and
a
hit
lot of it.
AoE.
A lot of it is very positioning dependent. Let me see if I have the game that I have. Like I think it'd be useful to like take to like visualize what the approximate power level is. Might need a moment to find it. Here, let me go into my match history real quick, just to make that easy. Leaderboards. Um, where's the mech game? Oh, it's here. I went this game. I went fourth. Okay, yeah. It was fourth, but I could have gone second if I positioned better. All right, here. Let me share my screen. It was fourth from like a low roll opener. So like here, I don't natural any upgrades anywhere, and I noticed that a lot of people were playing the Prodigy opener with like Shojins or Void Slammed, so I don't want to contest that. And then I played on Fury 2 in the mid game. And then I because the lobby is low gold and I didn't have like a very strong streak, I crystal cash these 3 rounds, and I cash out like 8 more gold. I rolled down on 4 5, and then I hit this board. And then
Wow.
so look what I'm against. I'm against the mirror this game. I didn't expect it to be a mirror, if I'm being honest. Uh, this one I this one I beat Jinx. I beat Jinx 2 Poppy 2 with the combat augment because my side is correct. Like I'm killing like all of these units first.
Huh. And would you say Volley
Because I have
2
full
or
items.
Rise 2 is more important?
They're both important. More important. Like you mean like in terms of item priority or like
Or
what's the
like
purpose of the
in terms of stabilizing in stage 4? And I
uh
guess that's related to item priority.
item priority is you get to slam whatever's strongest in your board early, pretty much.
Right.
Like if you're playing on Fury, you can't be slamming rise items on her. Like you just have to slam like these are like a little bit weak items for volley even. But yeah,
Okay. Because from the early game setup, I guess if you were carrying Nefiri early, you could also flex just going vertical soul fighter, right? Like
yes,
if you
yeah.
didn't get the rods and tears.
I end up with a rod. So I wasn't sure until here. Actually no, I determined it on this stage because I thought someone else was also going soul fighter and I didn't want to contest it.
I see. Yeah, but
And they
then
ended
you
up
ended
playing
up
B gold.
contesting Entermech.
Yeah, I ended up controlling mentor mech, which I don't know, man. That other person also 4-5'd it, but on stage 5, I hit Rise on 5-1. This round I beat what the
What is
beat
this?
Leona 1. I beat Leona 1, Cassante 1 because because this line is like 2 or 3 weight in this game,
Oh,
especially because this guy has a mouse of R3, but like most of the other board is 1-star.
yeah.
Because like if you play uncontested, okay, theoretically if you're uncontested, and I saw this spot properly, right? They would have like missed, or like you should be hitting at least a little bit harder than them. This round is a Yumi 2, Leona 2, 1 item on the front line, Ginsu Malzahar. And then if they solo fall like this, then you just walk up, you just instantaneously win. Because this is like fairly common if people are running standalone.
This lobby seems a little weak, no?
The lobby's low gold, which explains why it's weak. Like you notice how poor I was as well, right? Like I think I've managed my econ quite well, but on 4-2, this is the amount of gold I have. Like I have like 70 something. Like I would have like 38, maybe 40 gold to roll.
Okay.
I don't think the lobby is particularly weak. I think there was like pretty high pressure. People were playing expensive boards, and there was low gold in the game.
Okay. Okay, so this is better on low
Hey, multi
resource portals.
yeah, it's better on low resource. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then this I could have won if I actually I meant to move the bear to the front line, but then he got baited by this guy. If he's in the front line here, he walks up, his whole right side's dead. But I get stuck on the Ramus too. Like this guy's streaking most of the game, and he's running Ramus 2 on stage 5 as his tank.
Interesting.
Also because the units are contested. It's like this is something that can happen. This happens, I think, even more in ladder than in tournament, where people are like contesting Star Guardians and contesting a lot of the frontline units a lot. Because like it's not quite as difficult to hit the frontline you need to hit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a line out, I would say. Like if you were comparing like 3-way contested SG to 1-way mech, I would say they're pretty similar. I think it's for sure better than 4-weighing SG. I think you know what I mean.
Okay.
Especially if your opener is one of the weaker ones.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So going back to this.
I'll close it off with saying like I'm a player who I think kind of flourishes a bit more off of playing the uncontested stuff and trying to play a little bit out of meta to beat people who are contesting comps heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think in regionals last set I had like the lowest Zeri play rate of like any player, I think. I think I played it like 2 games out of 12.
Right. So this is like in the scenario
You really want
where
to take more combat. Or like more combat, more items in this comp.
yeah. So
Because you're
because
trying to make up the balance deficit. Sorry, I started to cut you off. Like you want to make up the balance deficit between your comps by taking more combat because you don't need as much gold to hit because you shouldn't be contested on the comp. And then
right.
if you have the combat, you can overpower them. I think like especially like if you have bronze for life, this is a really good bronze for life comp, and bronze for life is good again after the buffs. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, probably unfortunately, the Jinx comp is also very good with bronze for life if you make some adjustments to it.
That's with the either the Wraith or the Luchador variants, or it's just like any of the
Oh, I
tiny
think
team versions, right?
yeah, any of the tiny team versions. I think. I mean, I have a screenshot here. I can send it over. Is it? Oh, I have it here. Yeah. So like, this is one version that you can play on 8. You would just not play Malphite if you don't have Braum. Uh, if you don't have Braum, you can just not play Braum and play Malphite instead, or you can play like yeah, or you can play like a different Luchador, or you can play like a different Bastion is okay as well.
Okay. Um, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Going
All right.
back
Where we at?
to the tier list. So the we said the bottom looks reasonable. How about the top?
The top. Yeah, I agree with Ro. I agree with Syndra. I agree with Lucian and Aatrox. I agree with Garen there. I agree with Callista there. I think Nefiri. I think Nefiri is stronger than Callista, at least. And I, yeah, that looks about accurate to me. Yeah, that looks about accurate. I think the order's all right. There's like maybe some tiering stuff. Like I would maybe put Callista and Kennen a tier lower, but this is about right. I think. I think 8 makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Plus, you put Janna higher.
Uh,
I guess
Let me
it's
just take this
kind of
on
hit
real
or
quick.
miss with the veteran power up.
I mean, the thing is, if you use all your fruit rerolls in the Janna, I don't have a good grasp of how likely you are to hit it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, is it as likely as fan service? Is it rarer? I imagine it's rarer. But I don't know its true value.
So she doesn't
Um,
have that many power ups, right? It looks
the
like
number is fairly low. Yeah. So okay, let me just take a look at the list. You mind putting the list back up, or you want to look at this first?
oh yeah.
Um, I think I put GP at S because like you get 3 mech and that's your opener, right? The rest, Crystal is good for fast 8, so I think those are pretty good. It's pretty good and strong units. Kobuko is very good on the mech board. The Zaya is good for the Star Guardian opener, obviously. So is Shen. Rakan. I don't find myself holding Rakan very much. I think I think Rakan and Cat are lower. I don't consider. Okay, wait. Yeah. I think the A stuff, at least in my mind, are like the real strong and consistent stuff. And I think Crystal kind of falls into that for not for being really like strong on your board, but really powerful in terms of resource generation. Right, getting Crystal in. Especially if your opener isn't otherwise strong, and then Kabuko strong. Zin Lux, yeah, probably goes about there. I think Mundo and Jin belong about where they are. I think debatably Mundo is even a tier lower if you don't want to play that line.
Yeah,
Like
I
I don't
wouldn't
know
play
how
that
Jin
much.
Mundo does. I don't think you want to play Jin Mundo much because it doesn't do very well into fast 8. Like into Yumi is like kind of bad, and I think it has a losing matchup into I don't know if it's losing into Jinx. It might be losing into Jinx, but I've seen so little Mundo Jin that I'm not sure.
Okay.
I suspect it's not that good into the Jinx comp either, because of Gather Force and Best Defense.
Yeah. Also for the crystal angle, I played a game where I accidentally, and I'm like trying to think if I could be more proactive about doing this, where I just procced 2 crystals in stage 2, and then I waited until, and I just held them and tried to like build strongest board, and then waited until like, what was it, 3-5? Wait, yeah, 3-5 to, no, 3-3 to bring it back in, and then lose 3-6 or 3-5, 3-6, and 4-1 for the double down. Like, does that
Yeah.
seem reasonable to you?
Uh, if your opener was otherwise good, yeah, that seems fine. You might lose some interest here and there, but like, I think if you expect to like fall off, especially on stage 3, but you can win some rounds on stage 4, I think that's a pretty good play.
Okay.
How did that game go? Like, it went all right? I assume so.
I actually don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I just remember I like, I was expecting to have to deploy more HP to like get the cash out, and then I was like, oh, I forgot I had crystal in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think it went reasonably well, but I don't remember off the top of
Yep.
my head.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I don't think Nico's actually that strong of a unit. Early, like
Okay.
it's obviously it's good for S tier. Okay, wait, let me think. What should be S tier? Hmm, Darius is probably high A. The Lulu is the Lulu is good. Hmm.
The
The three
monsters are
cost
pretty
plus
strong, like early game, right? Like, I feel like they
those
just
two are I think Rammus is not that strong without item. Like Rammus, if you get like 3 items on him, scales quite well, but he does very poorly with a low number of items, is what I found. Like I think
okay.
I had like a Warmogs on Rammus, they didn't cast once in like a stage 3 fight, like a pretty normal stage 3 fight.
So you could
Um,
play like these for damage early game, and for some reason, if you want to pivot into a different line, but you hit 2-star, but and you have the tank item, switch it over to Rammus in like stage 3.
that's fair. I'm just really I really can't think of what's your spot would have to be for that to be correct. Because if you have AP items, you just keep them on the cog. You have 80 items, you keep them on the smolder, and you just play any like 2-star whatever as your tank, right? Like I think the
Yeah.
quality you gain from having a 2-star backliner in the monster is better than trying to convert it into a frontliner, if you know what I mean.
Or like, let's say a scenario that pops into my head would be, let's say you're carrying Shojin Kog'Maw early game. For some reason, you decide not to reroll it, and like you hit a Jinx with like a bunch of Star Guardians, but you're like you don't have any 2-star frontliner. Then you can maybe,
That would be it. That would be the spot, yeah.
uh,
Like you hit a Jinx is like the spot, yeah. Because you need to hit a backliner that's better than Smolder 2 or Cog 2, and it would be Jinx. Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Okay. Is Viego too high here?
Um,
I guess Soul Fighter is still very strong early game, right?
yeah, like 4 Soul is good early. Um, these are kind of tough to say. I think I think Malzahar is a lot better than you give it credit for. Not because of re-rolling it, but because the unit is just still strong, in my opinion. Like if you look at these, I think it's for sure stronger than Kate and Jace in most cases. Like I think Kate and Jace are like the C tier units, and then S tier. I would is how good is Swain early? The Swain is like pretty good early. Uh, um.
Significantly improves your crystal odds, right?
Oh, that's really true. Okay, that makes sense. So what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about moving everything but Swain lower and then shifting some of the stuff from A lower, just because that's approximately how I feel like their relative value is compared to the units of other tiers. Like especially the one costs. Like I think I'd be reasonably willing to sell like a Senna if it wasn't good on my board and already had 3 mech, or like I would be really reasonably willing to sell like Yasuo, Viego, like maybe not, maybe Udyr as well, even depending on what my board is. If you have like 3 mech, the best fourth unit is Udyr. So maybe that one goes. Maybe that goes in like the higher end of B or the lower end of A or something like that. But the real good one, like the A, is like what is like really commonly useful and like really what you're really able to play through. And I think something like this looks about right. Um, yeah, so, something like this I think is right. There's like maybe kind of a gap between the high B tier and low B tier, but if you just understand it to be about this, I think this is right. Just because like if you could pick 3 decent one costs of higher tiers, I would probably go for them. Like if you could hold Nefiri Callista, I would happily hold it over like a Yasuo, for example, or like or maybe the thing is those units fit in with Udyr, so you probably wouldn't sell Udyr, but I'd be happy to sell a Senna in that case. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Go into my training app.
Cool, sounds good. Any new features this time, or is it about the same?
No, I usually
Okay,
do
all
new
good.
features between like during the off season or between like tournament runs.
Right, makes sense.
And right now there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
Okay. I actually already know what happens in this. I specifically picked out this game because it was a veteran Janna game, but I have not looked at it yet.
Sure. Solo was probably hardly needed to try it, because I know the guy.
Okay.
So don't take this as like a neutral. I would play Janus, so this is like he's forcing it because he wants to try it. But this spot might be good too. All right,
Yeah.
what would you do here? Well, we can't see in the box because he's AFK, which matters a lot actually. But
Yeah.
you just cryo Syndra. I think I would just snap off Syndra Garen most
Yeah.
of the time.
Commit Garen pair, and then depending on if we get gold or not, sell the Lucian for Syndra. Although we
The
do have
Lucian.
Lucian and Aatrox. You like
Wait, how do
Garen
you know the
pair?
Lucian?
It's on the board. We just can't see it. You have to
Oh, you
infer
just can't
from
see.
the
Oh,
traits.
yeah, makes sense. I forgot to do that. All right, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because there's gonna be like 6 gold in the orb, right? Yeah, I would commit like Syndra Garen, or I would commit. You're for sure supposed to commit 1 damage unit and 1 tank on one of the lines, like the same line, so you can sell the other line if you want. I think I would field the Syndra and the Garen, because if you field 2 Garens, it decreases the average amount of time you'll have to make the decision, because you're killing the unit slower. And I'm willing to give up
Oh,
like in my mind, I'm just never selling the Syndra on this turn.
okay. I
You know what
didn't
I mean?
really think
Like
about that.
I
So
would sell because the time matters, right? I would sell Garen pair before I sold Syndra. Like if you told me I could only hold Tunis, I'm holding Syndra Garen.
okay. I never really thought about that. Committing carries over tanks to kill units faster, so you have more time to make the decision. Okay.
Yeah, because like you can literally lose like a quarter placement or half a placement EV if you don't hold one of the good units on your line.
Okay. So he got this from that orb, I guess.
Yep.
So here, then I would probably sell the Mundo, buy Garen Parasindra.
Yep. And you wouldn't expect to get any more gold. Yep. He does exactly that. Yeah.
All right, and then on board it was the Aatrox and Lucian. All right,
Yep.
so now he
And now he's
probably
gonna.
is testing
He,
Janna with the fruit.
yep. Yep.
And then if he misses, well,
This is
given
the
that,
awkward thing, right? The
yeah,
awkward thing is, well, maybe not so awkward, but either you're going to play it anyways. Honestly, you're probably supposed to try to find some way to. You're probably supposed to try to find some way to hold it, and not fruit it, because depending on what you see, you might just force the Janna anyways, with or without veteran. So you don't need to fruit it this turn. And if you get crystal, then that also changes a little bit what you would be doing with like your fruits. Or like it's not what I'll say is it's acutely not a fruit the Janna and then if it's bad you sell it kind of situation, right? Because you want to hold the Janna because it's valuable, right?
yeah. So in what world are you ever fruiting Janna in stage one? Or are you saying we
You would
don't ever?
So this spot you wouldn't do it. I think you just wouldn't do it in general, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The
Wait,
reason why is because the cost of selling it is high, which usually makes you not want to do it. Like for like cat for like a few patches, if you just missed the good fruit, you just straight sell the cat and it's fine, right?
mhm,
But the value of having a Janna is pretty good, and also the line is playable without hitting the veteran right now is the idea.
yeah. And if you do get crystal, you don't want to be too strong.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So then I think either way, we want the Janna. We can just commit like Garen, Syndra, Janna.
Uh. Yeah, that one's fine. I think it kind of doesn't matter that much because you're just always also holding the Rel on top of all the Bastions and the Syndra and the Janna, I think.
Because we're guaranteed an extra two gold. Two
No, you're
gold.
not. You're not. Like I would just sell
Sell
the
this.
Lucian Age. I
Oh.
would just sell the Lucian Age. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
like this line is so much better than what you have on the other line. It's just like I would probably just have the Lucian is what I would
Okay.
do. It's so like you're overwhelmingly better in this line. So my preferred hold is you hold the absolute strongest probability of making a good Bastion Prodigy board, and then hold the crystal out is what I would prioritize. So instead of holding most of the Bastion board plus like little scraps here. Because the point of like Lucian Aatrox is to make a good board, right? And I think because of the Garen pair, I can see the reasoning for holding the other way. I just think that I would because of how comfortable I am, like because of how strong I think the Bastion opener is, I'd be happy just selling the other opener in this spot.
Like I
I
would
think
have thought it would be sell Shen to
selling
buy.
Chen is okay. Yeah,
That
selling
way,
Chen is okay.
if you for some reason hit like I don't know Lucian 2 on the next shot, like you could still angle that.
Yeah, you can still angle it. It's like a matter of trade-offs, and I value being able to play the slightly stronger Bastion on my level 4 board or level 3 board, assuming I don't hit a Garen 2. I value
Okay.
that more than I think that's like because it's the game's really snowbally, right? So like
Yeah.
one is like you hedge wider, but I hedge more vertically, and that's what I prefer more, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So then he's gonna
He sold illusion.
pre-sold the Lucian. Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Wait. Oh, okay. He did. Wait. He committed the Janna. Okay. Yeah. He committed the Janna.
Yeah. If you commit Janna, you actually want to hold the Malphite. Funnily enough.
Okay. So he did sell the Shen and not the Aatrox.
Yeah.
I,
Like I would be holding the Shen. Okay, I think he just hard committed this because
oh, that's another reason to hold the Aatrox is if you're committed to this veteran line.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
And I guess he has
But,
good components.
yeah, to be fair, I don't even think the eight having the Aatrox early is that important for the Janna. I think your best boards early revolve around having like 2 or even 4 protectors, or like there's like 2 or 4 protectors. Even I don't think the Aatrox is very strong on the versions of the board that don't have the Kabuko and the Udyr on it as well.
Right.
So personally, I like because the Aatrox matters later. It doesn't matter right now, right?
Yep.
So I wouldn't hold it as a priority here.
Okay. So you have just committed Garen. Wait, he sold the
Yeah,
Syndra?
yeah, he sold the Syndra. I think he's forcing Janna from this spot. Like Nico tier, Nico tier Janna or Nico tier, yeah, dupe tier Janna. He's just hard forcing it to try it. I think.
Why not keep Crystal open though? Like, wouldn't you could still go Crystal into
Um,
Janna, right?
you could. I think that would be a good idea. I I
Like
think
he
if you
bought.
asked him in post, he would agree that you're supposed to hold the. He would agree you're supposed to hold the Syndra over the
Okay.
Sivir. I think.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or either that, or he's preferring to lean Malphite a little bit over Crystal, which I think is incorrect.
Oh, okay. Okay. Not this. Not right. Not. I guess this would be okay. If he's trying to hard force, probably not middle.
Yep, you wouldn't take that for hard
Low
force.
roll right too. But in a vacuum, like not assuming we want a hard force, this is like okay, right?
His opener is yeah, that one's okay. I think you probably should default that one.
Yeah, I could probably take this over Spirit Link, unless like
Yep.
we had Crystal.
Yeah, if you have Crystal, then you'd be pretty happy taking Spirit Link.
Okay.
Oh, heavy is the Crown Janna. Do you have the Explorer pulled up still?
Yeah, it didn't look that great in the stats, but I guess it's like, didn't you say it was like Archangel or someone else said it's basically like an
Yeah,
Archangel,
I
right?
said so. Yeah, it's Archangel with attack speed. Oh, it looks positive delta. All right, it's probably not good, I guess.
Why?
It's
Why?
also extremely. Oh wait, can you put in 4 mentor? Because you just don't want to.
Oh yeah, let me filter beyond
With
Challenger.
yeah, with the mentor +1. Do any items look good? So which items
I
actually
mean, I
look good
guess it's
here?
about on the same level as Archangel, not on win rate though.
I swear this looked a lot better. I don't know what's making it look not very good here. Is it you don't have it 3-star or what's the deal here?
It's 3-star,
Oh, you
yeah.
do. Oh no, it's 2 or 3-star. I see. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, sometimes you hit or you don't hit. Okay.
No, I have it at 3 or 4-star, not.
Oh, 3 or 4. Oh, sorry, I couldn't see.
I mean, I could do 2 or 3. Probably even worse, right?
So what is it like here? It likes the stats like. All right, Jisk and Seal. Or I see. Okay, that's interesting.
It looks kind of like Kale items, Kale or Kog'Maw items.
Yeah. So the
Somewhat.
reason why like attack speed is like better on this unit compared to normal in the veteran setup is because she gets the rise buff for like 2 mana per attack, which makes attack speed relatively better.
Oh,
Like if you're playing it in crew, you kind of don't want the Ginsu because she gets crew Janna gets 7 mana per auto, and until you have the rise in.
okay, that makes sense. But I think he does, yeah, take heavy as the crown, and it seems like he's forcing this line.
Sure, yeah. I
Off
imagine it should be decent. I don't know why it would look not good in the stats.
carousel, he probably wants a rod, although he is full streaking, so it's unlikely he gets it. Rod, sword, Janna, Kobuko. Anything else you would prioritize?
Oh, it would just be like yeah, just sort of rod. I think it would probably be rod first here.
And I assume you're also
It's kind of awkward.
prioritizing shielding frontline for best defense.
Yep.
So it
So
could be
like I
tier or
think
rod. Or I guess rod, you want rod for backline, so probably if you're forced to another tier for Vow.
I think the correct thing to do is you take rod right now
Yeah.
and you slam Archangel. I think.
Archangel over Rageblade.
I think so. Yeah, because the bow can be GS as well.
Oh right, you just have more outs.
It
Okay.
can be GS or Shojin if need be. Like Shojin's not that good, but it's like you got like there's a tempo comp, right? Like my understanding is that these items are not picky. The moment you start being picky and lose rounds, that's when you lose the game on this comp.
Okay. So he has tier belt cloak as option.
Yeah, I think the way I would think about it is you just limit any combination of a mana generation item, an AP item, like a flat AP item that's like, or like, yeah, a flat AP item and an amplification item. So like blue, Ginsu, like
I think
Shojin is okay.
blue looks
Nasha with
really
Jake is
good.
okay. Yeah, blue is like better in the stats. That probably suggests that it's better. So I'd be like pretty happy with blue.
Why would blue be better than Shojin and Rageblade?
Um, it gives you. I mean, the reasoning is it would result in the best combination of damage output, pretty much, right? Like you would get you would get you just get the most casts with blue is the idea, or and also like from like a efficiency perspective, Janna Janna's attack speed isn't that high, and blue like the mana gen from blue is good, and like the extra base stats are powerful. Is the idea I think like 15 from the item, and then 10% amplification. If you're amplifying like an archangel, I think you can get like some reasonable bonuses off of that. Why is archangel +1? Uh, is a really low
Low sample
sample.
size, yeah. Okay. All right, so he took tier, and then we have open bow. Assume this is just stone plate. Oh wait, he has open vest on. Probably still
They're
stone
probably
plate.
stone plate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's stone plate. I think he took blue for blue, understanding that heavy is like an archangel, which I think is fine. Like it also gives 30% attack speed, so you can kind of understand it to be a little bit of both.
All right, and then we probably want some gold here. This is grand final, so there's like no extra resources.
Um, because he's full streaking,
Oh, so like items for more power right now. I guess
yeah,
he's
like
like,
items or even combat.
or even
But he's also
heroic.
really close to hitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he has
heroic
like
is fine.
no Kobukos.
Yeah, yeah. I think this spot, like, there's a good chance you don't even go for Kuboko 3, given he has 6 Jannas.
Okay, so you just hit the Janna and you tempo it.
Yep.
Okay,
Which means you're not
so
you're not even cryoing best defense as hard, I think. Like your tank is very likely to you're gonna try to end on Cassante tank, I think.
okay, that makes sense. So then items here or like hero grab bag or combat.
Yep. Yep.
Um, open vest, open bow. So not left or right.
I think you could take Psychic. Like Psychic gets you one item right away. Either tank or AP
Oh,
is
okay.
like reasonable, and then you can I guess double remover and make an AP or a tank item right now, depending on which one that you not get. So like you're basically making 2 items immediately, and like the chance you get a sword, like the chance you get a good Janna item here is like really low from the carousel, right? You would need a
Yeah.
sword or a rod, and those usually don't make it the last pick. So I'm pretty happy with like taking Psychic. I think I like it more than Glass Cannon here, in fact.
Okay, so you take this and then you
You just complete 2 item tank and 3 item Janna.
okay. And
A
item
true tempo
over
player.
econ.
Yep. True tempo player takes it right here. He
Oh,
rolls
he
it.
wants an
Okay.
epic.
He takes the money. He takes noble
Oh,
sack. Oh, he holds noble sack for combat. I think that's reasonable too. Oh wait, he I don't know what he was holding. I think he might have been holding the gold to try to hit right now. I'm not sure. Because I don't think he was gonna take tower defense.
so with Noble Sack, you're mainly relying on Cassante later to have a lot of value for this.
It's just the
Without
whole board, like the mentor mech board, or like the mentor board just has a lot of units that are reasonable with frontline or with resists. I think,
okay. In
especially because you have
his
the mech on the board.
in his current board, do you know what the mech's like default armor magic resist is? Like, do you want him to die first?
I think my priority is having a unit die really fast. So you get the most value out of it. So like I would
just
like
like
edge the
Lucian.
cannon or something. Or yeah, like Lucian is fine. The cannon is fine too. I think the
Okay.
Lucian can do like a minuscule amount of damage, so maybe not. I think sacking the Lucian is okay. I think it's actually totally fine to sack
So
the
you don't
Lucian.
really care about the 10% that allies armor magic resist. It's just a flat 25.
Yeah, like there was an augment in the past that read units that have at least like stand united, if you remember, or I think so. It's like, or wait, I forget, but it's like units that start in rows with at least 3 allies or more.
Oh,
They
right.
gain 25 resistance at the start of combat, right? And this is
Mm-hmm.
like this is at least 25, and then if you sack, yeah, it's at least 25, and it's like a little bit better if a unit dies really quickly.
Do you solo frontline it then?
I think I would just like far edge a weak unit most of the time. You can solo
Okay.
frontline a weak unit as well, but solo frontline has like some severe ramifications if you like don't guard one of your sides correctly, I think.
Okay, so he's still full streaking. He rolled down to 30.
Yeah.
Um, Probably want rod or sword. Assuming you can't get that, you just get a second tank
I don't
item.
think I think you really want sword. I think you would take rod or tier actually. Or not rod or tier. I think you would take sword or tier this spot.
You would consider slamming void.
Yeah, wait, why not? The company's Magic Shred, right? The
Right.
company's Magic Shred, and like there's a lot of once you make the void, there's a lot of items that can fill the last slot, right? It can be like JG, Rabadons, Archangels, or GS would all be good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think Ginsu, I think like Ginsu's supposed to be the casting item, right? But you already have the casting item, like which is blue, right? And I think the crown is also half of a casting item. Like it's like 2/3 of an archangel and like half of a casting item is how I think about it. So you really don't want to go another casting item on top of that.
I see.
Like
Okay.
you already have it like the blue and the arc or sorry the blue and the rage blade and the Shojin or the Nasher do the same thing, right? And you don't want two of those, I think.
Okay. What about red buff? I guess you're saying that's also a casting item, but
No,
its
that's
utility.
a also a cast item, but you're running 4 mentors, so you don't take red buff.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't prioritize it. Yeah, I think you should take the tier here. I would be shocked if you didn't take the tier.
Wait, is that still a
Hmm.
rod? I can't tell actually.
That's the rod. Yeah, the rod's still there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still tier.
Yeah, looks like he takes tier.
Yeah, that should be. And then I assume he already slammed. Can't see there. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So you hit rise on 6, and then now we just want combat.
Yeah, combat's good. Um.
Radiant,
Hmm.
all the chaos.
Hmm. I think it's one of the two. Yeah. I quite like the radiant here. I think.
Are you leaning towards tank? Like Asa
No,
was
you would
saying
always
that
take.
tank's not very good for Radiant.
No, you would always take AP here. Like you're
Okay.
hoping to take like because like it's quite it once you have a strong unit, which is this is a pretty strong unit, right? This Janna. You want to amplify it more if possible, and I think this is a good spot to do so. Uh, like it's like if you have like I'll illustrate this concept, which is if you have like ways to cheat extra power onto some units, the right thing to prioritize is to try to cheat more extra power onto that unit. Like either like combat augments like getting getting Lotus on it would be pretty good. Or on like a Katarina, for example, or in this case the Janna, if you have like an artifact already, you then want to prioritize getting a Radiant more. In fact, on like Cat, you want to in fact on Cat, getting the Radiant is basically good in any situation, but the Radiant is even more powerful when the Cat was already really powerful in the first place. And I think a similar thing applies to Janna here.
Okay.
So like here, like you would love like Radiant JG or Radiant Rabadons or like Radiant Arc or something. Call to Chaos is also good. I think Call to Chaos is like kind of the conservative play. Giant and Mighty is like reasonable as well. Synergizes well with what he has, but I would on last pick, I would quite like to take a Radiant here, but it's kind of a tough decision. I couldn't tell you for sure what is correct. He's gonna hold Giant and Mighty, I believe. Yeah, just take the combat. This one's a pretty powerful combat augment from what I've seen.
Yeah, I guess you have the Mighty Mech, so it gets extra value.
Yep, extra value from that. Yeah.
Although it's not getting as much
And then,
value as if you had a Kobuko 3.
yeah. To be fair, in relative terms, Giant and Mighty is a little bit better on lower star units compared to higher star units because 300 HP is like the larger portion of the multiplier, and 300 on top of 800 is a lot better than 300 on top of 1500.
Right. Okay. So actually, for that and Noble Sacrifice, I think I'm like overemphasizing the percent part compared to the flat
Yeah.
part.
Yes, yeah. If you do like a quick calc on like the percent and like the flat part, Noble reads 10%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like usually you want to set like what you could like the thought process would be like or the comparison. If you sack a weak unit, it has like what like 40 armor MR, so you're getting 29 on your whole team quickly. Or you could get if you sack like 100 armor MR unit, you only get 10 extra, right? So you could get 35 slowly or 29 quickly, right? And I like the 29 quickly on that. And for the Giant and Mighty, it reads 4% extra, right? Units like after the units get 300, units like will have like around 1500 as an average throughout like when you pick it to the end of the game. Obviously later they'll have more HP, but like in this spot, the 4% represents about let's say 4% of 1500. 1500 times 0.04 is like 60 HP, right? So the more significant part is the base on both of these augments.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then off carousel here, I assume we just want to finish up third tank item, so either belt for Sterak's or vest for Crown Guard.
Yeah, I think both would be good. I think your preference is Sterak's, so you can make a rod item out of the
Right.
rod.
Okay. Are
You
there
take
any
what you
good
can get.
emblems for this line?
Strat emblem is good.
Okay.
Yep.
So belt for Sterak's.
Yeah, he might take JG to finish the
Oh yeah, he took JG.
Janna, which I think is reasonable.
I guess the argument is that you already have like these two augments is basically like more than an item's worth of tank value.
Yeah, this is like kind of like the harder part to evaluate, which is like you can improve your Janna 3 or like get an item on your Kabuko 2. Which is like what's better? I think either's fine. The belt also might have been gone.
Oh, okay.
The belt is gone. The belt is gone.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
belt here. So
And
just take
it's
JG.
not
Yep.
worth greeting for the strategist.
Nope. Yeah, you just complete here. Yep.
Okay. And he probably gets like a top 3.
Yep.
Okay, got second.
Second. Yep. Second is like pretty common. He gets outcapped by he gets outcapped by Radiant Shojin Crown Cog with the Nico 3, which is like expected to win, I think.
Is this
This
optimal item tank? If you have infinite removers, do you like this setup here, Kasante instead of Nico 3?
uh
I don't know if he did have infinite removers.
I like it. I think it's supposed my read is that it's supposed to be the other way around, but I will say that these units are exceptionally close in power. Nico 3 and Kasante 2.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Maybe we could just do like just 2-1 and try to predict lines, because I think that's the part on new patch that I'm. Or I guess we already looked at precedent. I don't think I saw Iron Bog.
Sure.
So we have GS probably is the best slam, or IU or LW.
Yep.
I probably want to play around this Zaya.
Mm-hmm.
None of these look great. I'd probably default this, roll left, right.
Yep, I think that's good.
Oh. Why would he roll scapegoat first?
Because he's holding backup dancers, is my guess.
Okay.
Unless if he's just like a beast and
Okay.
holds. Yeah, okay,
That's
he's holding
just
backup
portable
dancers.
forward. Okay, and then let's see what artifact he got. Seekers. Is
That's
he trying to
Viego.
go? Oh, okay.
So he just rips Seekers, slams GS, and then he's gonna play Viego. He's gonna make a healing item out of the glove probably.
Okay. Then this outcome's probably up.
But he went level 8, by the way. He's not playing Viego. I don't know what happened here.
He was hoping he would high roll a Gwen.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah, he just tempoed into Gwen. I assume he just did natural any Viegos, and if you try to roll for
Yeah,
it, you're
so
kind
this
of...
will be like a seventh, sixth, seventh, eighth,
Yeah.
six.
Sixth on... Where did the... Yeah, okay, the Seekers ended up on the Gwen, which I think is very weak.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to a different game. Another solo. Wait, was this? This is a different one. Mech is probably the strongest opener right now. This is just not clickable anymore. I guess
What's
it's
the portal?
not clickable. Prismatic Prelude.
Okay.
Very true. This was also nerfed, right? Expected and expectedness, like both of them were nerfed.
The item outcome was nerfed a bit. I think expected unexpectedness was a weaker augment before, but it was nerfed by a smaller amount. Caretaker's Chosen was nerfed by a lot.
Right. So now Buried Treasure is probably the default out of these.
Yep. I'd be happy defaulting Buried.
Oh, Build a Bud. Let's take that.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy taking that out.
Okay, and then same spot. This should just be it's what? It's either Kog'Maw or Sork or Kog'Maw Sork. Probably.
I think this is like an incredibly obvious source spot to me. The reason why I'd say it like that is because he should be making usually Gargoyle for strength, and then he's floating a glove to make JG. And he also has 0 Kog'Maw components, which are going to be hard to come by on a lost streak. Like, you just will not get good Kog'Maw items, and if you can't get them, you can't play the comp.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. This event got the heavyweights. Not really. I mean, I guess it could be even Shroud open bow into Smolder heavyweight. But that doesn't seem amazing. Oh, we have a Callista too, so then this could also just be tempo Soul Fighter with a Kraken Slam. Well, the Kraken's not great here, right? Oh, it could
It's
also
okay.
be
Could be
Nasher
Nasher.
once we
I
hit
think
Executioner.
I would be thinking mostly about just slamming Kraken and then playing Jinx as a default
Right. Okay.
until I see the augment. Obviously,
Roll right two.
you would hold the left one. I think that's reasonable. I don't.
Do
I
you
think I would
think this
hold
is
middle.
clickable anymore?
I mean, I don't think it's significantly different from the last patch.
Oh, okay. This is just like
Like, I
mid,
think
very mid, right?
they nerfed the high roll out. Yeah, I think it's like very mid. It depends if you want to flip your game or not, right? With the Wondering Trainer.
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable too. I don't know if I would do it in tournament here, but the Wondering Trainer should be reasonable.
Okay. Radiant,
Yeah, default Radiant.
and then just go Jinx. You like? Is this S tier for you?
No,
Okay,
I
so
think
then
it's
just go for Radiant.
yeah, I think so.
Still Radiant, or I guess if there's a lot of people angling Jinx.
Because if I imagine what happens in the early game, I imagine a large relative difference in how much HP you'll have. Like a lot if you take
Okay.
Shopping Spree. And when you have the opportunities to make a strong board, I think you should lean towards taking them.
Okay, so it's just Radiant.
Yeah.
Oh, Prismatic.
I think this
Then
one could be better. He just leans Prismatic to get into
sure.
that's how he hits. Okay. He's thinking about Smolder or Cog here, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cog. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh, this is a different game. Oh.
Okay, mid game he hit this, so then it's just reroll
Yeah.
this. Okay. All right. Is Bensack tier 1? Or no?
Yep.
Oh, he is? Okay. Probably not Kale, right?
His kill spot's fine. He's a GS. He's a GS club. His kill spot would be okay if he finds a really good augment for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Which is not really any of these. Right, default
No,
this
I
middle.
think you meant a default. Yeah,
Uh,
I think he's gonna take middle.
you take middle over left.
I think so.
Okay. Then just a cat game.
Oh wow. Yeah, probably. I guess he fruits. He fruits the.
Is
He
he
did
still
not
going
level.
KO?
Okay, yeah. I don't know actually.
Okay, it's a cat game.
He goes cat. He goes cat.
Oh, and he hit radiant. Okay.
Yeah, he
Alright,
just
got the
slammed the
middle.
GS. It is what he slammed. Yep.
Right. This looks like Star Guardian or Jinx or Yumi.
Yep.
Buried treasures into Yumi. Yumi wants a lot of items, right? I mean, I guess Star Guardian
Yep.
wants a lot of items too. Just buried treasures.
Yep. Oh, sorry. You want to give me 1 sec for me to get the door? Just
Yeah.
like 30 seconds. All right, cool. I'm back.
Okay. Alright, so just buried treasures out of these three.
Yeah, I think so. What is there anything interesting on the bench? Is it an econ opener? It's not.
No, Prismatic Prelude. Yeah. So he takes
Okay.
that and then probably just tempos into either. Depends on his first slam. Oh,
Finds crystal.
so probably
Yeah.
Crystal into Star Guardian then, because Yumi doesn't cap out as well.
Yeah, if you mean it's Star Guardian, or if
So
he
we get
has the read I have, he plays Sork. If Star Guardian's contested a lot, like I'd be pretty happy. Like I'd be way more happy. Here's the number in my head, right? I'd be more happy playing 1-way Sork than 3-way Star Guardian for this spot for sure.
okay. Let's set
Now
the
he has like
best
really
to.
Sork leaning item, or
Oh yeah,
they're
yeah.
like they're still kind of open. No, they can play both. He actually has Bis for both, I think.
Jojin,
He has
yes.
his Vow, Sterak, Crown Guard, and like Shojin GS is what he has. Or not, maybe not Sterak, but like Shojin plus like PG or maybe something a little more suspicious. But Sork is also for Sork he has blue and like a bunch of good items as well. Yikes! I don't know what he was defaulting there. Uh, Tiny is good. Giant Money is also okay. Giant Money's better for Star Guardians. I think Tiny but Deadly's better for Shorks, in fact.
Because you just get to cast more.
Yeah, you're trying to do damage as quickly
Giant
as
Mighty's
possible.
better because Poppy's Star Guardian bonus.
It's just because that comp leverages the HP better than Sorks. Like the frontline is if the frontline is good, or like you have a lot of decent frontliners, you take that. I imagine he takes this and plays sorcerers, right?
Oh wow, he's playing
He plays
Yumi.
Yumi. Interesting. I think I would take Giant Money if I was playing Yumi. How did he get a Garen 3? Did he have a Garen 3 when picking the other augment? Is it the same player?
Yeah,
It is. What the? He
just came out of
cashed a
nowhere.
Garen 3. No,
Oh,
he
okay.
cashed a Garen 3.
Okay, that's why you went to Yumi.
Yeah. I think he was originally planning to play. Ah, I think he was originally planning to play
He had the blue slam, so he's gonna play Sork.
Sorcerer.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
he was planning to play Sorcerer, and then he got into this. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay. All right, last one. Jazz Latte.
Yeah,
Protagonist still good, even though I guess
yeah,
Zach you're just screwed. But Kennen's stats don't look very good. But I guess if you're hitting way ahead of tempo, it's still okay.
yeah. I think I would still take Protagonist.
Oh, Prismatic
Takes
Ticket
ticket.
into Drift Duelution.
I assume that's his line. Yeah, he sells everything but the Drift Duos. Okay, what a beast.
Wait,
5 losses.
where'd the Lucian go?
He's full.
Or is
Uh,
he
it's not. It's
Kog'Maw?
still. On,
Or what is
I don't
he?
know what he is. Um, I don't know what he's thinking here.
Oh no, I think it was just loading. The
It was
Lucian must have
invisible.
been loading.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait, no, it's not
loading?
loading.
No, I'm so
Maybe it's
confused.
loading. Maybe loading, but he
It
had a
could...
Lucian too.
Okay, I don't know where the Lucian was. Okay, it's just Drift Duo. Okay, cool.
Cool. All right. Hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, you can shoot my way. But best of luck on the climb. I'll say my strategy. Just like I can send a screenshot over. Like my strategy of what I've been like playing lately is mostly mostly something looking like mostly something looking like this. Um, but basically it's like I play SG a lot. If you have the Prodigy opener, you play Yumi. Otherwise, you play Soul Fighter to Soul Fighter opener. Sorcerers from like Lucian Tempo with JG. Mentors from either, especially if you get Bronze for Life. But if it's uncontested, I'm down to play it. Heavy Smolder, Artifact Cog, Yasuo, Ari Ludin, Viego, and then like just your artifact outs pretty much. That's what I've been playing so far, and it's worked reasonably well for me.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like a
Yeah.
good game plan.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. See ya. If you want to watch me playing this strategy, I have like my VOD from yesterday up when I climbed a lot.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks again.
All right, cool. See you later. Bye.